Russia's relentless TV propaganda has entered a new period of severe depression. The trend started last month when audio emerged of two Russian pranksters tricking the Italian Prime Minister into making an impromptu statement. In the clip, recorded in September, Vladimir Kuznetsov and Alexei Stolyarov pose as African diplomats, and a voice that sounds like Maloney candidly admits that fatigue is setting in regarding Russia's invasion of Ukraine. There is great fatigue on all sides. There is. Weeks later, Russian state media announced call as a continuation of recent propaganda rhetoric that the West was fed up with Ukraine and wanted to negotiate a deal with Kremlin. Russian speakers proudly claim that Moscow is not interested in any agreements and pontificate about invading other countries to continue the expansion of the Russian Empire. This illogical propaganda is designed to hide a crucial detail: the Russians are also tired of an invasion planned by their permanent leaders with no end in sight. In recent months, Sergei Martin, one of the hosts of Vladimir Solovyov's channel, Solovyov Live, began to wonder aloud why his boss' brutal reporting on the war and its heroes was not gaining traction or attention on social media. Other state television channels. Solovyov himself has noticed the waning public interest and talked about it on his morning show The Full Contact last week. He complained that people are psychologically tired of this topic and asked his audience to let him know what they were actually interested in. Tired or not, the dream of a possible postponement was dashed when Russian President Vladimir Putin signed a decree that would increase Russia's troop numbers by 15%, or about 170,000 people. The Russian Ministry of Defense blamed NATO for the necessary increase and claimed that it would be achieved only through the employment of volunteers, not through conscription or mobilization. Wives those mobilized at beginning of occupation have recently begun express their anger, not to evil's genocidal war against neighboring country, but fact that their husbands had not yet been relieved by rotation. The women wrote a petition and wrote, "Bring my husband back." This movement is currently being stifled, with military spouses who participate being interrogated and potentially threatened with indictment on charges of discrediting the military. Putin's decree was not intended to address these grievances, but simply to fill gaps created by Russia's massive losses. The true extent of the losses remains taboo within country. On his show on Solovyov Live on Saturday, Martin did his best to dispel the idea that the new manpower boost was aimed at replacing 300,000 dead. He also denied this number. Martin's guest, State Duma member Andrei Gurulyov, claimed that decree was designed to address threats Russia allegedly faces around world from unnamed Western enemies Arctic, due to expansion of Taiwan crisis, tension between North-South K.